Right, peace. What's going on, tech and data nerds? Today I'm taking you guys BTS because we need to do some data modeling today. Guys, look at my screen. Let me go full screen for a second. Okay, so if you guys look at my screen right now, what you guys will notice is that we do have our businesses, our Atlanta places loaded. But what's happening is all this information where the map is being plotted is coming from our Python dictionary instead of actual back-end models. So give me 1 second and I will show you guys our Python dictionary where this is actually coming from. Okay, so if you guys have a look at my VS Code, what you guys will notice is within our routes.py file, we actually have something called search results. And this is a list of Python dictionaries. And this is where we're getting our information from right now that we pass to that map. All right, our goal for today is instead of just having this Python dictionary, we want to actually have this rendering from real models so that in the future, it's just really easy for us to add new businesses or new Atlanta places. And what I want to add to that, and we could begin working on our directory. All right, one more thing I want to show you guys before I show you guys a Jupyter notebook. All right, what I want to show you guys now is the Jupyter notebook where we've began. We were doing a different project that I'll show you guys. Oh, let me record the audio. Sorry, 1 second. All right, so what I'm about to show you guys now is a Jupyter notebook. We created this Jupyter notebook for our nutritional food desert project that we're working on that actually goes hand in hand with the Atlanta local. So we created like the Python version of modeling this, and what we need to do is actually create the SQL models for this. So here are the tables that we're going to have to represent our Atlanta places. So we're going to have a county table, we're going to have a city-state table, we're going to have an Atlanta place category, an Atlanta place subcategory, and then finally we'll have our Atlanta place. This one goes into the menu, but this is more related to our food desert project. Let me pause one more time and then I'll show you guys what we've developed so far. It's just like the base of the it's like just some of like starter code that's in our that's in SQL statements that we need to like create in our Postgres table, the DDL, and then that's what I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys the back end admin view, but I'll show you guys that after I show you guys the starter code. So let me show you guys the starter code really quick that we have in our, so let me pause this really quick. Okay, so here's the starter code, guys. Some of this is not even all the way together. I'm definitely gonna have like ChatGPT to reformat my coding and just fill in any blanks that like I have not already explicitly spelled out. But as I mentioned before, we have our county table, we have our city-state table. The reason why you guys don't see a state table is because all of this is for the Atlanta local. So it's all going to be Georgia. All right. The counties might change, even some cities where it's not explicitly Atlanta. It might be one of the metropolitan Atlanta areas. And I might even eventually build this out to cover the entire state of Georgia. But anyhow, same as you saw before. So we have the place category, the place subcategory, and then we actually have the Atlanta place. Now, what we're also going to have here is the operating hours. That's going to be important so that our API can like look at the current time and determine whether this is actually open or not. And it's just what we can also display when we render out our results. Super important. So what we're going to build once we have our Atlanta local places together is an Atlanta reviewer. All right, this is going to really be kind of like the it factor for our app, is that we really emphasize like, you know, reviews from Atlanta locals by Atlanta locals for Atlanta local places. So we're going to have an Atlanta local reviewer, and then we're going to have an Atlanta place review. All right, so each one of our places on the Atlanta local, they're gonna be reviewed by Atlanta reviewers. All right, and then we'll have Atlanta place analytics. So let me flip back over one more time to show you guys. Well, you guys remember, well, where there's like the rating. Right now, that rating is coming from their Google reviews because we haven't actually implemented having Atlanta reviewers besides myself to review Atlanta businesses. But when we do, we'll begin to like aggregate their average review and show how many reviews from Atlanta locals and especially verified Atlanta. Like I think I was wondering if I wanted to open up to the public, but I kind of want this to be like verified Atlanta local reviewers. And what I really want to do is partner with some of the with influencers that like post their reviews on TikTok. Like I want to work with them for them to be official Atlanta local reviewers. That way, like people like really trust the reviews. They know it's not like super biased. We'll even have some sort of metric that we use when we do reviews. But anyhow, that's that. The last thing I'm going to show you is our backend admin view, so that once we have our CRUD functionality together on the back end, we definitely want to make it easy for like our admin users to just go in and use this view to perform CRUD functionality. So give me 1 second and I'll flip over to that. All right, let's pause this. All right, so this is our admin view. This is the live site. On the dev site, we've started creating keywords and things like that. But anyways, what we want to have is just like how we have the blog full CRUD functionality here. So if I select this, it'll show me the different blog posts that we have, and then we can edit, view, update. So we want this same functionality for the Atlanta places, categories, etc. So that's our goal for today. In the first video of this, I'm actually going to go through and create the SQL models first in our Postgres table, and then we'll move to creating the models in our models.py file, just to make sure that we have apples to apples. Then we'll create the updates in our schemas.py file, and then finally, not finally, but as far as the backend finally goes, we'll create the updates in our schema.py, and then our API.py. I don't know if we'll necessarily need to use it, but it's good to have for future app build out. We're actually going to use WTF forms. That's actually the name of the class, WTF forms. We're gonna use that because it's a lot easier with data validation, guys. I have tried doing this as far as just like having our JavaScript talk to our API.py file, and it was just, oh sorry, it was a lot. So I'm definitely going to be using the Flask WT forms for form validation. It'll be a similar view like this. And then finally, once we have that, we'll update our front end so that the actual businesses that's rendered out on the page are businesses from our back end. We've already started creating like the partner with us, and I want to clean this up, and then we need to like actually receive data from this. But I say all this to say, I want to make it more clear what business owners are going to get when they sign up for the Atlanta local. So once we have those backend models working, we have, this is the dev server. Okay. So once we have that working, what I really want right now, we have some like companies view, which I don't really like. I want to update this for this to look a lot better. This is going to end up being, we're going to end up creating a directory that actually like shows individuals like, how to find different businesses in Atlanta. And then they'll actually have a page that's going to look better than this. All right. They're going to have a page that like they'll have an Atlanta local website, kind of sort of to say. And I want to be able to have this so that like I can demonstrate to Atlanta locals, like when you sign up to become an Atlanta local business, you get a website, you get this information. We guarantee that at least, X amount of Atlanta local reviewers will actually come by and review your business each month and give you real feedback. It also can like basically completely eliminate like your need to do marketing, because we'll have Atlanta locals actually posting the content on our Atlanta local page to just tell people about the different businesses and have a newsletter, etc. Anyhow, that's what we want to accomplish today. At least get the back end together. In a perfect world, we'd be able to do the front end too, but I'm not going to push myself too hard. I at least want the back end models built and all of the CRUD functionality for the admin view. So that's what we have going on today. I will keep you guys posted as we progress through this. All right. I hope you have